It smells like cat piss in here. Unrelated. Episode will not be about that in the slightest. Unless it gets more prevalent. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't even own a cat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan and I'm happy to be here with you guys today. And I'm going to look you in the eyes, okay, when I tell you I have been hustling. Okay, and I don't mean the sort of like I've been hustling people and like I'm really bad at pool and I take your money. I mean like I have been putting the hustle in life. I guess in a way life's been hustling me when you think about it. It is weird to say like, okay, come on, go and hustle. But really, life is the one that's been tricking me out of my energy and my efforts. And by God, I hope I'm winning. But I've been very busy. This episode is late. I'm going to try and do my best. Might be a shorter episode. Everybody take a shot. He says this every single time. Bingo! I'm already hitting all the points, but it's a bit later, and this is not because of my own failures or my own laziness or anything that has to do with me. Truthfully, usually I escape blame, okay? And I wish I didn't, because now you're not going to believe me when I say genuinely. I've already done that stutter bit 3 times. Can't do it again, but put on your bingo cards. I genuinely had nothing to do with the errors. I have just been busy. I've been very fortunate, praise God, baby, with a lot of different things. With that comes a lot of driving. I am as dialed in as ever right now. With health, with sleep, with exercise, with work, I have been taking care of business. Okay, I've had so many different things in out of states, multiple states. I think I've logged about 2,000 to 3,000 miles this past week-ish alone. Whew, it hurts. I don't want to see another highway, man. I'm sick of it. You know what's crazy about driving is that you can do it for so long. I just drove 9 hours today. All right, I'm at the end of like a 17-hour workday. 9 of them were driving. Okay, and I'm including that because it feels so productive for some reason. You know, you finish driving, like you go on a road trip, you finally get to your destination, you're like, oh, that was like, I feel like I did something, but I didn't. You know, I sat there like this. You know, it's as if you walk in on your kid, he's been playing video games for 9 hours. You did that much effort, except, you know, he might have been a little bit more invested, honestly, but I feel so productive and I know I have not expended a single calorie. I haven't done anything, and yet my body's so sore for some reason. So I have to believe somewhere, somehow my body's being worked in such a way. Why body sore if why body not getting worked? Body get work, why body be sore? So I don't know what the issue is, but I feel so productive, and yet I am only half productive because half the day again was wasted. Cruise control, baby, though. I've never been good at it, but I have been trying to go for the record. You try and line up just right and hit that 80 mile an hour and just go as long as you can because you have nothing else to do. You have 9 hours of driving. It's been good, though. It's been fun, and I've been trying to balance that with going on set and doing these different jobs, and I've been taking my voiceover stuff on the road, making little booths in the hotel rooms. And dude, check this out. All right, I'm on the road, maybe filming something, but I still got voiceover work to do. So built myself a little makeshift booth. I mean, that's Monday Night Football. I got distracted, but look at this, man. Overhead boom mic. We're negative 60 decibels. Things are perfect. They'll never even know, unless, you know, there's Peyton Manning in the background. I'm trying to do my best and working around the people in the middle. I get offset, dude. It's like midnight, and I'm speaking. I'm like, oh, there's an orc who comes around the bend, and people are banging on the door. Like, I'm sorry, I only got 7 more episodes. It's been a fun, trying time. It's been a new experience, and again, I don't want to complain because I'm in a very fortunate position. But it is putting me through my paces. And there's no cruise control for effort, I'll tell you that much. You got to be locked in. I can't just like go on autopilot and shovel the mulch. There's no manual labor. I got to focus. I got to hit the beats. I got to hit the notes. And it's I'm hustling, okay? But I'm being hustled. And that's all I really mean to say by that. But it was cool. I was just out in West Virginia shooting a movie. Can't say much about it. I'll say that West Virginia, they do not follow the rules of the road whatsoever. Red lights? Never heard of them. Colorblind. Oh, didn't mean to do the bit again, but I waited a few minutes, so we brought it back around. I'll have to do it 2 more times. I hit the triple three. Triple crown. But anyways, yeah, they do not follow the rules whatsoever, and neither do I. I had gone to a Walmart right before I left and got to West Virginia, and the men's restroom is on the right in all my local Walmarts. So I stroll into that. I'm on autopilot. I go right in there. And as I'm walking into the bathroom, I clock that there's a lady following me. And I go, there's no way this girl's going to come into the men's restroom, is she? And I walk in like, well, I guess that's how they do it in West Virginia. I start looking around. I go, where's the urinals? I guess that's how they don't do it in West Virginia. They don't do urinals. They don't do red lights. Who am I to judge? Okay. So I decided to walk into a stall. She goes, hey, excuse me. This is the ladies' room. I go, I'm so sorry. If you could just let me know again. I was like, I'm so sorry. Oh, and I left. And luckily, I approached it with such earnest humiliation that they laughed and they didn't feel threatened by me whatsoever. But it was an embarrassing first 4 seconds to arrive in the state. So that was nice. That was great. I got lost because I didn't have my phone charger. That's a whole other story that I'll get into in a second. Actually, right now, my car blew up, dude. I was driving home, logging lots of miles on my car again, and they were doing some road work right by my place, and the manhole covers are raised about 9 feet, and you try and swerve around one or the other. I hit one, I get air, rips my exhaust clean off. I got to run 3 miles back. Things are looking dire. They're renovating the roads. Hit a monstrous pothole, rip my exhaust clean off my car. Get an audible, a different car, and try not to break that one either. But anyways, I left my car charger in that car, took the other car to West Virginia, didn't have the car charger. My phone died. It's the reason I went to Walmart in the first place. But I got lost in West Virginia and then stumbled into a women's restroom. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it was a very chaotic freaking 90 minutes. I couldn't find my way. I got off the nearest exit as soon as my phone died because I was just gambling. I was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Spoiler alert, did not. And I get off and it just takes you through 45 minutes of country club resort. There's no gas stations, there's no buildings, there's no retail stores, there's nothing. So I'm just wandering around driving. By the way, gas is nearing depletion as well. Finally, I stumble upon the golden Wally's world and go to the women's restroom. But it was quite the time. So I was lost. I was in the place. I was almost getting hit in traffic, and I was almost a offender, assaulter. I don't know what you call that. A perv. So anyways, it was pretty nice, but the set was cool. The movie stuff was cool. Again, I can't talk about it, but it was nice. I've never had a role in the movie where someone come and picks you up, just personal, hey, I'm here for Tristan, chauffeur, da-da-da-da. I stroll into the hotel. It's already booked there for 3 nights. And they're like, hey, you Tristan? I say, yes, I am. And I'm just holding a yo-yo and a Game Boy, and I'm like, I swear I'm important, and I'm not. But it was nice. It was actually very nerve-wracking. I don't know why I'm saying it was nice. It was actually a very, the people were nice, but I was terrified the entire time because of, I can't really go into it. There's no point. But of what I had to do, I was nervous, and I'm always nervous on set. And I wish I could enjoy things more when I'm there, on any set, really, whether it's movies or hand modeling or commercials. I get so scared because I care about everyone else's time so much. Oh, good guy alert! I care about letting them down because I know how much work this is a giant collaborative effort, hundreds of people. And everyone else is on their time, and now they're on my time, and I got to bring my game. And when you don't, everybody, you see they log thousands of pounds of equipment. Back to one. He didn't freaking do the job. And I feel so bad about it. So I'm so nervous. I can't ever eat, which sucks because they have the best food there. So while I have been very busy on a lot of different sets, I have not gotten to indulge in any of the sweet treats. But I did my job eventually, and just got some food from the gas station, which is just, a very disappointing feeling. You're just staring at the greatest things ever, but I'm so locked in that by the time I'm done, it's all gone, and I just go and get a churro from 7-Eleven. Anyways, also I lied about my haircut. I said I was going to have my haircut on the next episode. Got that wrong. There was an emergency thing when they'd send me it doesn't matter. Okay, and now I feel like I'm bragging because I'm so sick right now, but I'm trying to complain about it so you know that I'm not coming at it from an arrogant space. But also I don't want to seem like I'm ungrateful. So pretty interesting line to bob and weave here, because I'm really over all of it. I'm just trying to escape the blame of why I lied to you. And I'm super excited to get a haircut tomorrow. They also shaved my face bare. Not now. I mean, it should be a little bit coming in. And they're like, hey, how long until you get shadow? And I was like, about 40 seconds. Like I shaved right before I came in. They're like, we don't really want to do the shadow. Like we got to do a fresh shave. And I go, okay, well, you should do that like on set. We tried it anyway, and it was rough. I've never had anybody shave my face either. There's been a lot of new experiences for me, and maybe them, or maybe they were comfortable with it. I have no idea. I really don't. But the nicest people on every set. It really is. You got to give it to them. And I do. I just wish I could enjoy it more because they're so fun. I will say that I was responsible for a grease bug on 3 different sets recently. And what I mean by that is not some sort of, greasy insect. But when they offer up music choices and everyone has some like indie or underground or artsy choice, I'm like, have you guys heard of the Grease soundtrack? Now you're the one that I want, honey. And that's usually just because I'm luring over the blueberry cupcakes going, you're the one that I want, honey. And I never get them. But then I come back and everybody's singing it. Everybody's hooked on Grease. So very happy about that. Happy that everybody's enjoying the greatest soundtrack of all time. It's been stuck in my head because I just got a leather jacket. And you can't do anything but sing Grease Lightning and pretend to be the Zuko when you're wearing a leather jacket. So it's been nice. Has it though? Anyways. I'm trying to find some sort of balance and some sort of thought process here, but I'm completely spent and completely burnt out, and I guess I'm getting sick? I hope not. That was my biggest fear going into the stuff in general, because my whole thing is I like to be at home base. I record from the booth, from the closet, and I have a rhythm. But you don't know what kind of diseases they carry out of state. You don't know what kind of diseases they carry outside, okay? I stick indoors, a creature of routine, of habit, of structure. And I've been out of it. Been so gone. Or maybe there's just a lot of germs in the women's restroom because apparently that's where I go now. So, yeah, I wish I would have recorded this beforehand after I did all that talk. Well, I'm going to do 6 weeks. That would have spared me so much time if I actually followed through on that. Just another one of those great ideas that was exactly that. Only an idea. Bad execution in that there was none. I might still probably should absolutely do that because we're about to leave for the coast, I think. So I don't actually know. I don't know if it's next. I have no idea. I got to figure it out. And it's not because I don't pay attention. It's because nobody tells me anything. I ask all the time. I say, what's the day for this? When are we doing this? And how's this all coming together? And they go, figure it out later. I think it's because I'm so reliable. They just know that I'll make the time for them. But nobody likes to include me in the process. It's hard. It's sad. Anyways, guys. Fall's exciting. I've been trying to do a better job. I talked about this last holiday season, but I've been really trying to dial in since September started and just waking up every single day and going, this is the greatest day of all time. Now, it is 9/11 for me currently, so it's a weird one to go out and be like, this is the greatest thing to ever happen. But I've been trying to have some sort of semblance of enjoy it, be extra present, go outside more, and develop an immune system. Football's back. Browns lost. Let's move on from that. I really don't even want to dive into that because I have already cried so much. And I do want to just say big apologies to all the players that I drafted on my fantasy team. It's not going to be a good year for you, okay? And it has nothing to do with you. It is purely just because of my own ill will with the universe, okay? And I don't know if I'm secretly drafting injured players and they have some sort of lingering, plaguing bones or something, but I swear my fantasy team is like the death note for ACLs. Like, you could be completely fine, and I sign you over, and guess what? Your career might be over. Season for sure is in the trash can. So you are probably going to be just fine, and you might still be if I keep you on the bench, but if I play you, man, all right, you're doomed. And I feel bad for that. And I try not to be a superstitious person. I really do, but the data's the data, man. Okay, anybody who I want to do well and I collect and to be, hey, come be a part of Tristan's team. We're building something great here. They all die, basically. And I can't help but feel like I'm responsible. Sometimes I'll just let someone else hold my phone and I'll just put their name on my fantasy team, and then they start surviving a little bit. I have no idea. I'm genuine in a way that I have gone out of my way to not put players on my team if I actually like them, because I want them to have a well career. I want them to do well in life, because I feel like there's something to that. And I'm not saying I hold the keys to the football universe, but again, you see it happen over and over again. Once is a fluke, twice is a pattern, but 19 times in a row, I've got some questions going on. I'm trying to figure out what it is with gambling, though, because I know I could bet on the Browns and they'll lose. But that's because the world wants me to lose no matter what. The universe wants me to lose money. I understand that. But does it want the Browns to lose more, or does it want me to lose money more? So if I bet on the opposing team, could I maybe just buy off the gods of fate and get the Browns a perfect season? It needs more testing. I'll get back to you. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, my fantasy team is off to a rough start. Sad, sad, sad. Tune into last fall episodes where I said that I was 0-12. Hopefully we can get away from that sort of situation. Dude, also, I saw Mark Normand with my dad and my brother. A surprise. Oh, man. And a genuine, very sort of gratitude, dude. Gratitude, dude? Gratitude? Whoa, should I make a thankful fraternity called the Gratitudes? We just go around and say, dude, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Gratitudes. That's silly. Anyways, yeah, so gratitudes to my dad. He surprised me and my brother with tickets to Mark Normand, one of the greats, stand-up comedy, in this beautiful Goodyear Theater I've never even been to down in Akron. And honestly, just absolutely killed it. He crushed it, and it was a ball. It was a ball. It was a blast. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, though, because my mom was texting me. She was the one that purchased the tickets, and I guess she hadn't done Ticketmaster or anything like that before, so she's trying to find the data and what's going on here and where the seats are and if they're going to be transferred in time in the back of the wallet and over and back again to get different seats in the back and forth. So I'm getting panicked because she's getting panicked, and she's getting worried because she didn't want to be in charge of it in the first place. And it's just it's one of those things where you do need to help technologically, even if it is your own gift, because there's something confusing about Ticketmaster. There's also, not to pick on my mom at all, but I don't know what she's doing with Walmart and Amazon. I have the Amazon Prime account and the Walmart Plus account in the family. And my mom, I think she's just signing in and signing right back out again, just for fun. I know that I keep complete open communication. It's like, Mom, you can text me whenever you want, but I don't know if it's just a way that she's like, we can start a little dialogue, but it's about every 4 seconds. I get an email, it's like, here's the code to sign in. And I text it back to her. She goes, thanks. And I think she just signs out and sends it right back in. I don't know what she's doing. I really don't. I have questions. I don't have any answers, though. So maybe she's getting kicked out. Maybe she's adding some sort of secret, dangerous things to the cart. And they're like, whoa, this is, illegal behavior. Get out of here. You can't even be on Amazon right now, Mrs. Sartoris. And then I get her back in, and then they kick her back out. So I'll have to follow up with that and ask my mom personally, Mom, what is the situation there? Why not just stay signed in? Where are you going? Who does this to you? And are you signing into another Amazon and another Walmart account? And if so, why? Why do you need mine if you have so many different accounts that you need signing into? But it really is a lot of things. Oh my gosh, it's so late, guys. I feel bad. I want this episode to be better, but I know that my brain cells are at about 4%. And I think that's pretty much all. Actually, you know what? There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, okay? And I'm going to approach this from a very genuine and earnest standpoint, which is maybe not the smartest idea after saying my brain was just in the toilet. But as I was driving back and probably parked while on my phone, I saw online that this guy named Charlie Kirk died. I'm sure most people are way more familiar with him than I am. In fact, I know nothing about the guy. I only saw a few little headlines. Some people said he was crazy. Some people said he was Christian. Some people said he was not Christian. But it was somebody who goes to campuses and universities and he says, engage in a conversation with me. A very innocent man, holds beliefs of some degree. They might oppose mine. They might be anti-Tristan. He might just say outwardly that I hate people named Tristan Sartoris that have silly podcasts and don't sleep enough and drive all the time. I have no idea. But this guy was killed for his beliefs. And I'm not even approaching this from a political standpoint because I don't even know what the politics are in this situation. But I am coming at this from an empathetic standpoint because you guys know I am a compassionate mother dog. And I saw the quick headline and immediately all over social media, there was people going, ha ha, hip hip hooray, we got him, that's what you get, this, that, etc. And it was already disgusting when people saw Trump get shot. Like, oh, so close or whatever. Like, regardless of what your political views are, it is insane to vote for the murder of an innocent man. And now I'm as I just got home, I'll have to look into this more afterwards. But I've seen some people kind of condemning the other people. They're going, ha ha. And I'm not even coming at it from like a morally shame on you. Right? Like this is what you should or should not be doing because it's going like it doesn't affect me at all how you feel and how you approach something. But I have to say that there is a dangerous line being approached. Like when you hold so much hate in your heart for somebody that they disagree with you and now we're voting for the murder on others. You know, I feel like for your own sake, you're going to find yourself into a lot of darkness, and it's a scary amount of people. And sometimes I saw some people that I was familiar with, maybe even acquaintances or so more, and you go, what? Like, how does this? I get it. Everything's very politically charged. I know we're all sensitive. I know we have a lot of feelings, and when people conflict those, we go, oh, you know, I wish you'd trip or something. But somebody, a father, a husband, somebody was killed, an innocent person. And it's gone very, very far. And I just I would provoke or poke or ask you guys, implore you to check your hearts. Okay, if you are one of these people who go out and you celebrate, okay, whatever they are for. Okay, I genuinely I have no idea. He might be the Antichrist for all I know. But it is a very dangerous line to walk, I think, when you look at anybody and vote for the murder of them. Honestly, even if he was a criminal, I mean, who are we to vote for the death of? But like, you can't. I don't know. It's just very, very sad. It's very saddening, and a lot of people also come at it from, well, I don't condone it. But what happened to this and this and that and this? And it's kind of like when an innocent black person gets murdered, and then people go, well, you didn't do this when all these innocent white boys get murdered. It's like, that is a valid point, but you're kind of like trying to remove the lens of whatever just happened. And it's just, I don't know. I'm bewildered. I'm bewildered by it. And I'm bewildered by all, I think that's why I don't like politics in general, is the fact that it's so charged. I can't imagine anybody holding any sort of belief for anything. If you're like, well, I'm actually a cat person, not a dog person. I'm like, you know, I have no idea if you were Steelers fans. Like there's nothing in my life that I could imagine somebody holding so near and dear and so anti me and what I stand for that I'd be like, you deserve to die. And I'm not even saying you got to be like, you don't have to drop to your knees and cry or anything like that and grieve for the man if you despise what he stands for so much, but to celebrate, like this is when there was an old Browns owner, his name was Art Modell, and he moved the Browns team away from Cleveland. Everybody hated on, and people went and pissed on his grave. And that's another one of those things where he wasn't even murdered, but the fact he just died of old age, like this weird sort of disrespect. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad he died. It's sad people are cheering. Also, you're kind of making a martyr out of this guy. You know, like if you're so against it, I think you're going to end up just propping up whatever he believed in, whatever he stood for, even more. Like people are going to chase that. Again, I don't know anything about him, but now I feel like I need to go look into it. I think at the end of the day, darkness fears the light more than anything. And I don't know what this guy was sort of shining something on, but the fact that evil felt the need to attack kind of implies that maybe it was important, and maybe there was some sort of side that you need to look into. I have no idea, but somber notes aside, guys, take care of your hearts, because nobody else can do it for you. I don't know if I explained that well, but it was actually just very saddening to see. Again, not because it affects me. I'm not going to wake up and I see the people I go, oh, that's the wrong thing to do. I go, that might not end well for you. You know, to hold this kind of bitterness, I think it's very destructive. I mean, look at anybody that's very hateful. I can guarantee you they probably don't smile that much. You hold any sort of hate or bigotry or racism or misogynistic or like any sort of, you know, genuine like hate for anybody or anything or any religion or whatever. I think that's very, very destructive. And I think you can't not do it because other people shame you. You know, that's what is online right now is people go, you don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. You could not do it because of that, but you have to genuinely like check yourself, and it could get bad. But anyways, I got more voiceover to do. I don't even know if I explained that halfway well. But I just saw that and I have more research to do. Anyways, I don't know if that made any sense, but, I got to get back to work. We got more stuff to do, man. We got more stuff to do. And my mom just sent a text. What is it? Oh, she's trying to get into the Amazon account. Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. If you drive your vehicles, get your oil changes. Don't go over potholes. Don't hate people. Yada, yada, yada. Prepare. Work hard. But make sure you take part in the snacks on set. I'll get my haircut for the next episode. If there's anything else I'm missing, I probably am, because it's late and I've almost been up for 24 hours and I still have more stuff to do. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I wish that caffeine had a better effect on me. Hope see you later.